switching gears now. Spence has officially activated his rematch clause, so I would assume it's gonna happen probably like at the end of the year, December, maybe early January, but probably December. I, maybe at 154 pounds. Let's just say it does happen at 154. Do you give Spence a better chance at 54 in the rematch?
No, and let me tell you why I don't. I think that the punishment that he absorbed, which was inflicted upon him in the first bout, he has not had the proper time to heal, readjust, reset, and no matter if he puts on more weight, I think the scenario is not going to change. I would, at this point in time, I would say go in a different direction. I really would like to see him take some time off and recuperate. I don't know what the big rush is for him to get back in the ring with somebody that was so thoroughly aggressive and articulate in scoring and punishing him in the fight. So I would love for Errol to take some time off, reset, and he doesn't have to jump back in the ring with TC so soon after this first fight. I don't like it myself, and I would advise against it, but that's just me.
Do you expect Crawford to knock him out again?
I expect the outcome to be very similar to what happened the first time.
Is it a situation where if you're right, which you normally are, if you're right and Crawford does punish Spence again, do you think that could be career ending?
I would actually say, of course. I mean, it doesn't make any sense to continue at that point. If he stopped again, that's truly the end of his career. Anybody that says otherwise does not care at all about Errol Spence Jr.
Well, when you say something like that, what do we could kind of look at like other examples, like Pacquiao when he got knocked out by Marquez, or maybe Marcos Maidana when he got knocked out by Amir Khan. Not the same in terms of the punishment. They didn't get punished. They were just like stopped.
Right.
But is that like the main difference? Is the punishment and then the stoppage?
It was the accumulation of punishment. It wasn't a one-shot deal. It wasn't a quick knockout. It was a sustained attack that was more debilitating each round that it went on. So, yes, I think that, and through everything else that he's had to deal with, it's been a lot for Errol. A lot.
So, if you would advise him to go in another direction, who would you want him, or who do you think, okay, let's go to 54 and let's fight this guy? Like, who would make the most sense, you think?
Well, honestly, I would say go after somebody where you can wet your feet a bit in the weight class. It's a lot to deal with after losing your titles, being stopped for the first time, being knocked down several times in a bout, and sustaining that much damage. I think he need not jump in the race car and head back into another bout where he can at least gain some control of what's happening in the ring at this point in time.
Gotcha. And just my last question. At 154 pounds, I mean, Jermell technically isn't there, so, we're not going to, really count him at the moment. But do you think that Spence could become a world champion at 154? Could he beat a guy like Tim Tszyu, maybe a Sebastian Fundora, Brian Mendoza, those guys, Erickson Lubin, Jesus Ramos? Do you think he could be a champ at 154, or probably not?
Well, I mean, I'm not going to say no to that because he is a talented fighter. I think we need to see what the end results of the last fight he had, and if there are any enduring complications from it. Once we see that, then we can pretty much make up a decision as to if he is capable of excelling in that weight class at his former level of talent.
Would you pick him over Tim Tszyu right now, or is that still kind of hard to really tell?
I would have to say yes, but just because of the styles of what are going on. Tim Tszyu comes to get you, and I think he would run into a lot of arrows. And Tim Tszyu is not very defensively minded, so that could be detrimental to him. But nonetheless, we still have to see if Errol can regain his stance, his composure, and his capability at this new weight after what took place to him in his last fight.
Gotcha. Thank you, Dre. Always appreciate you, man.
All the time. Havoc up in his house. Snack.